Alrighty. Just going to get this all working. Didn't want to pick up on it. Just making sure it's capturing correctly. There we go. And let's continue. How's everyone doing? I know no one's here yet, but how's everyone doing? Where we left off, we just completed the prologue, and Cassius Bright just left for Grand Cell on an airship. And now, we're going around Relent and taking care of the jobs that he left behind. So, let's go and do that. Let me pull up my guide here on the side, because these are games that you can't go without. You're going to the Bracers Guild. Hey Ina, how's it going? Oh, good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Has your father already left? Yep, just barely. That's why we came here to find out about the jobs that he left for us. Sure. There are a total of 3 jobs that I have lined up for you. For the first one, I'd like you to head out to the farm west of here. Farm west of here? Isn't that where Tio lives? Tio? I seem to have heard that name somewhere before. Tio Purzel. She was one of our Sunday school classmates. She's also the Purzel farm owner's daughters. Wow. Talking, I can't do it. Hold on. There we go. Oh, really? It's actually the Purzel farm that put in the request to exterminate some monsters. Are they really having problems like that? Fortunately, no one has been hurt, but the owner and his family are upset over their fields being destroyed by the creatures. Therefore, the guild received an extermination request. I never would have expected something like that to happen. Okay, we'll head out there right now. Here, take this with you. Received guild referral. This document certifies that you were dispatched by the guild. Please give it to the owner of the farm. We already know Tio's father pretty well, so I don't think this is necessary, but we'll take it just in case. On top of that, we'll check over here and see that we have 2 other quests. The Milch Road Hood Monster and Find the Shiny Rock. Let's see. So find the Shiny Rock. I'd like someone to find in my shiny rock. Please speak to me in detail. I think I might have dropped it behind the Emelder's Orbital Factory. So let's go ahead and do that first. We have to go and find Charles. And here is Charles. This is really weird. Where could it have gone? Oh. Excuse me, but can I ask you something? You didn't see a shiny rock around here anywhere, did you? Huh? A shiny rock? Yeah, that's right. One that sparkles. You didn't see a rock like that lying around anywhere, did you? Are you saying you lost something? I don't recall seeing anything like that. Do you know where you might have dropped it? My mom was calling for me, so I ran over to the general goods store where she was. I know I had it in my hand at the time, but when I came back here, it was gone. To the general goods store, you mean Mr. Rinon's store, right? Did you look in front of his store? Obviously, that's the first place I looked. You don't need to treat me like a kid, you know. My, aren't you a charmer? Well, I already asked the Bracers Guild to help find it, so I'm sure it will show up sooner or later. If you happen to come across it, give me a holler straight away. I'll probably be around. Alright, so let's take a look. We got an exclamation point here, so obviously there's something. What's the matter? I wonder where that is. There's something shining down through the sewer grate. You're right. Looks like something must have fallen through. The sewers? Don't tell me you forgot about the sewers already. You know, the smelly, monster-infested place we were in not that long ago. Oh, right, those sewers. We went there during our practical training, right? The entrance to the sewer should be behind the chapel. If you're so interested in what's down there, then how about we check it out later? Sure, let's do that. And by later, that means we're going down there now. Because there's a shiny rock to find. And while we're down here, we're going to fight some monsters. Because everyone likes beating up monsters, right? They were asking for it, I swear. Okay, we don't have enough CP for a dual strike, so let's just go the easy way. This is gonna hurt a tiny bit, but that's fine. We got the healing station not too far from us. And I'm not against using that at every opportunity.
Alright, we're good to go.
And of course, we might as well just get in another fight. This one should go quick though, since we have the 10% strength modifier on Estelle. And there we go. No effort.
Piece of cake.
Let's see. After we're done with this quest, we're probably going to go and see if we can pick up new equipment for the characters. Hey, that worked perfectly. Let's see if we can save some EP. Nope, we can't. No, you failed. How could you?
That's that then.
I trusted in
Let's
you.
move out.
Ooh, this one's not fun. Okay, let's go ahead and just blast these guys down as quickly as possible.
Alright, we're good to go.
Sorry about this, I'm just checking things on the side as well. And unfortunately, tapping out of the game mutes the volume. I even put it into windowed mode because it crashed on me last time. Well, I'm also going to turn down the volume because I remember that it kind of drowned me out last time. once we get out of battle, I'll just turn down the music. As much as I love it, I want you guys to be able to hear me. And I'm not the loudest person. I tend to be a little too soft-spoken for my own good. And if we run into any songs that I want you guys to be able to hear better, I'll just turn it back up. But for now, I will assume that is better than it would have been. We're just going to do a move. There we go. That way he can't reach us. And Joshua, will you be able to hit it? No. A bunch of flies. I suppose that it doesn't want us to be able to hit them. They were the tutorial enemy for actually using magic after all. I see now. The thing we saw shining through the sewer gate was this. Seems like it. Quartz fragment, huh? Now we know why it was shining so much. The way it sparkles is so beautiful. This is made of septium too, right? Loosely speaking, yes. But let's talk about it later. This isn't really the place for a leisurely chat. I guess you're right. No normal person would want to stay down here longer than they had to. And we're going to do one more battle because we're close to leveling up with both characters. So, we might as well try to level them up now. I mean, what's the harm, right? Besides, if this levels up both, we don't have to go through the cutscene of healing. And there we go. The dirty rats have been defeated. Oh, Estelle. Estelle, why? Fine, I know there's one more enemy down here. Come here, you dirty rat. Then we'll do an aqua bleed on the other one. This one shouldn't be able to reach us. And we should be good to go. Because I'm pretty sure the dirty rats aren't going to cause any problems for us. That said, I've been wrong before. Many, many times. And that's where we just do an S-craft and prevent them from getting any extra damage. Let's just smack it into oblivion, shall we? And then we'll use a critical dual strike. And there we go. That should level up Estelle. And give us a little more septium. And we'll heal up because Joshua just had to be different and have 2 more XP than Estelle did. Man, he just had to be special. Joshua was awesome. And let's talk to Charles. Hey, is that rock? Could it be that this is the rock you've been looking for? Yep, this is the one, my shiny rock. Why is it all dirty like this? Hey, don't you have something else to say before you complain? You guys are bracers, right? I've already paid your money to the guild. Therefore, I think I have a right to complain. That's not the problem here. Calm down, Estelle. He's just a kid. I know that, but... Quartz is what you were looking for, right? Yeah, that's the one. The rock is really quartz? You mean the same kind of quartz that's in Normit? Yep, the same kind of quartz made of sepith. It's chipped, so it doesn't function anymore. I see. So this rock belonged to an ornament. What's wrong? You seem a bit out of it. Who? Me? Oh, it's nothing. I'm glad you found it. I guess that's about it then. Oh, that reminds me. I almost forgot. Here, take these. Grilled meatballs. My mom gives me these and tells me they're healthy, but kind of bitter, so I can't stand them. Anyway, I appreciate what you did for me today. Seriously, what a cheeky little kid. I'm sure it's a difficult age for him, but wonder why he was searching for that quartz. What do you mean? Now that you mention it, it does seem a little strange. But, oh well, everyone has something they think is important. Truer words cannot be spoken. Perhaps this kid has an interest in ornaments. I, for one, don't see what's so interesting about those overly complex gadgets. My brain goes numb just thinking about them. Except for the fact that you'll have to get used to them sooner or later. You won't be able to fulfill your job as a bracer if you can't make use of one. Alright, I'll try and listen. And there we go. Shiny rock completed. Since we completed that job, we're going to go over here and see if we can buy any weapons. Hey there, how are our first year bracers doing? Cassius is going to be out for a while, huh? Yes, we just saw him off at the landing port. You sure managed to hear about it rather quickly, though. Hahaha, well, back in the day, Cassius used to leave Estelle with us while he was running away. But after you came here, he started having you keep an eye on things. I didn't know that. Estelle gets surprisingly lonely when no one's around. Whenever we had her over, she was as quiet as a cat among strangers. Ah! Don't say stuff like that. I am not. After about 2 or 3 days here, though, she'd eat, sleep, and play like it was her own house. Haha, I can imagine that. Alright. So, for Estelle, we can get the pile rod. And let's see if we can sell anything. Can't really sell much of anything, but getting Estelle a new weapon is pretty useful since she doesn't hit as often as Joshua does. And let's see, we should be able to sell the birch staff and possibly we could buy boots, but we don't have too much money. So, let's not make a big deal of that. Next thing, we're going to go up to Milch Road. Oh, that's Malga Trail. I know where I'm going. I promise. It's just been a couple of years since I played the game, so... Milch Main Road. To the east is Relent. To the west is Verte Bridge. So, we're going to focus on fighting each of the monsters in each area, but we're not going to go too far. Obviously, I don't want to bore everyone with grind. Anytime I feel I need to grind, I'll just do it off-screen without progressing story. That way, it gets done, but no one but me has to sit through it. Sounds fair, right? Besides, I'm the one who decided that I wanted to stream this. No one else has to suffer through the minutia of dealing with that. And then we got the plant. These guys should be easy, because with Estelle we can just use Firebolt. With Joshua becomes the problem because he doesn't quite do enough damage. But that's because he doesn't have elemental weakness on his side. Come on, miss. Darn it. I'll just heal up after this fight.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Alright, we're actually probably going to fight a couple of those guys because they give water sepith. We kind of need that right now. Because I want to unlock another slot for Joshua. Next we have Red Insectos. These guys are a little tough, but we should be able to take it down. Yeah, it's weak against magic, so let's just fire a firebolt at it. Hopefully it doesn't take out anyone. It took out Estelle. Ooh boy. Okay. Worst case scenario, we use an S-break. We'll see where Estelle gets put on the turn order. Yeah, we're using an S-break. And we're just gonna... Wait. A little bit cheap, but I'm gonna let myself die to retry. Because that was a bug. And that's a bug. Oh boy, this isn't good. Nightmare difficulty, everyone.
We're good to go.
All right. We should be able to take out here so long as Estelle doesn't miss. Oof. Okay.
Piece of cake.
I'm not against using the game's mechanics to make sure that my team doesn't get too heavily unbalanced. Or off balance. I know words. I'm just not good at them. Alright. So this is the first time it's actually affected anything, but what we just afflicted is faint. So until the faint condition goes away, the flying feline won't be able to attack or move. It's just going to sit there. which is a perfect opportunity for us. Now, I'm going to knock it out of the way anyway, just to change up the turn order. Because now we get a Sepith up against the plant and have dual strike. 1, 2. Both of which dropped a water and a space Sepith. I believe it's a space Sepith. Yes. So we got a little bit extra off of those. And that is a good opportunity to go back and heal. Because I'd rather be a coward. All we really need is to go back, rest for 20 Mira, and continue on our way. Though we are going to make a pit stop at the Orbital Factory to unlock Joshua's second slot. Or not, because I don't have enough water. Thought I did. My bad. My bad. We'll fix that soon enough. Let's see. Sorry, I'm also scrolling down on something. Oh! According to the guide, there's actually an infinite mirror trick. So I might as well show this off, just because that will help people in the future. So we're going to go ahead and turbo mode. I'm going through Elise Highway. Now, if we went up this way, we'd get back to the Bright House. That's not where we're going, though. We're going south. And on the way, double checking for treasure chests. We have to get them all anyway. And might as well fight a couple of plant guys. Never hurts us. Ah, Estelle, why? Why'd you have to actually cast fast for once? I was really hoping to use that Sepith up for Joshua. Okay, Joshua did take it out because of the 10% more attack.
Alright, we're good to go.
Oh, Insectos. Oh, Insectos. Oh boy. We might be in trouble. I'm just going to turbo mode through because I'm pretty sure they're going... Okay, they didn't. Yeah, we're just going to turbo mode through and retry. I'm never going to just exit a fight like that. I'm always at least going to do a retry. And let's heal Estelle. Oh wait, Estelle is absolutely fine. Oh well, that's a strength up.
We're good to go.
We'll do it again. Give her another little boost to strength. And Joshua can just dual strike this one. Estelle, smack it in the face. Good job. That's what I was hoping to avoid. Don't want to use a bunch of stuff on reviving items if I can help it. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're going to lose this one. We're going to try one more time, and if we can't beat it, we're just going to flee. Oof! This is not pretty. What I'm going to do... Of course you had to miss. Is we're going to S-break. We're going to take one of them down as quickly as possible. Really? We can recover from this. This just isn't...
We're good to go.
This just isn't our fight. Luckily, the trick that we're going to be doing here should fix that. Ooh, boy. Joshua's going to be alive more often anyway, so let's just do that and hope. Okay, Soul Blur, come on. Ooh, attack Joshua. That was our only revival item, but we're just gonna have to deal with it.
We're good to go.
For now, we'll just avoid fights, because we can't revive Estelle very easily right now. So, just to show it off... Oh wait, I'm thinking the next area. Okay. We're going to go down here, avoid the fights, because we are hurting. This is very much off the beaten path. Down that way is Mistwalled Forest. We don't need to worry about that yet. We will be going there in the future. For now, we're going to Garoon Gate. And here, we're going to talk to everyone. This massive structure is called the Annenberg Wall. Yeah. It was built so that it surrounds the entire neighboring Grancel region. Typo. It seems that this wall existed even before the Liberl kingdom was founded. Reading. I just can't do it sometimes. I wonder who made it, and for what purpose. Grancel region is just beyond here. Do you have any business in the Royal City? So, people we want to talk to are inside. Oh, are you heading for Grancel? No, not exactly. I should have figured as much. Recently, pretty much everybody who wants to go to Grancel from homeland takes the airliner. People passing through on foot, not like the old days, have become almost non-existent. We're going to go in here and talk to this lady. And we're going to buy a set of French fries and vegetable sandwich. And I believe there's an inn around here we can use. There we go. Let's rest, because that will revive Estelle. And we absolutely need that. Alright. Then we're going to go to items. And we're going to eat ourselves a vegetable sandwich to learn the recipe. And we're going to eat some french fries to learn the recipe. So, according to what I'm reading... Well, actually... Okay, so, one thing I'm reading here, and just so everyone is aware, you do not want to fight that bird creature that was over here. Now, let's just go over here. That guy right there. We're going to drop a save down. And you'll be able to see why. Mars Sparrows, 307 health, compared to our total, 391. It's, not a fun time. But, since we're here anyway, might as well try, right? It's going to go very poorly. But that's a good start to the fight. It's still not going to go well, but that's a good start to the fight. Yeah, we're definitely not going to win. But it's fun to try. And it also lets you guys see, don't fight these guys yet. The Mars Sparrows are just too big. Yeah, and now they get 2 turns in a row to just pummel on Estelle. Rather than just running now, I'm going to go retry and run from there. Yeah, Mars Star also has a possibility of knocking us out. So, let's just run. We don't need to grind right now. We're actually at a good spot. We're level 5. That's where the game expects us to be. We're not supposed to come down here yet, other than to get these recipes early. However, if we see more of the plant guys, I'm definitely going to fight them, mostly because we need water sepith. And they drop some. And there we go. We're going to have Joshua just pummel on that guy. And firebolt. Do a dual strike. Just try to get this guy down as fast as possible. Next hit should do it. So all we gotta hope is that they don't both just pummel on Joshua and kill him. We're absolutely fine. Plus, we got a little bit of extra water sepith. Always a good result. Now, if I remember correctly, and this is just for you guys to know, I believe if we go up to the Bright House... Oh, never mind. Let's fight this guy first. As I said, we need the sepith from them. So I'm just going to turbo mode and... get a little bit of stuff done. There we go. There. Now we have 37 water sepith. So, in this area, we go up to the Bright House, rather than spending 20 to heal ourselves up, we can just go up to Estelle's room and rest. Since we were passing by anyway, doesn't hurt. And we'll just turbo mode our way back. Ah, this guy's going to be important a little later, Orvid. Damn it. Somehow I'm going to have to dig up grade A product before I head to my next business deal. Yeah, he's going to be important. Alright. So, if I remember correctly, we can actually sell our books. Nah, I'm not going to. Instead, we're going to convert the Space Sepith. We'll keep 30, so we'll do 45. And the Mirage Sepith. And again, we'll keep 30 of it. And then we need to buy some milled flour. This is all going to be important. Let's buy 20 of that for now, just till we get an idea what we can do. 20 flaky potato. 20 of that. Okay, we can do another 20. And I'll explain the trick here in a moment. You actually might have noticed it already. Because off on the side, on the right, it'll actually tell you how much it takes for each different recipe. Let's sell 3 curative. Oh wait, those only give 1 per. Okay. I thought that said it gave more than that. Let's sell 1 of these. We'll be able to get that back. We'll buy 10 more of these. And 4 more of these. So we have 50 of each. Nope, hold on. We need 5, 1, 1. So let's buy 10 more. Just to make as much as we can. Then, vegetable sandwich. Let's make the 12 that it's saying we can. 12 vegetable sandwiches. Now the trick is, vegetable sandwiches sell for more than it costs to buy all of their ingredients combined. Not by much, mind you, but enough that you can go in and I can buy, let's say, buy 999 of these. Let's buy 2 of each of these. Let's buy 20 more. And then rinse, repeat until we're satisfied. Since this doesn't take too long, I'm going to do it until I can buy weapons and armor for both Estelle and Joshua. So, 95. With that, we'll probably be good on flaky potatoes and crisp onions for a little bit. All we need to worry about is buying milled flour every time. But we're going to have immediate profit off of this. And since we're in nightmare mode, you can bet I'm going to take advantage of this. Oh. course, you know, if I didn't just exit all the way out accidentally every time, might go a little faster. We'll go until we've hit... Well, with the rate we're going, let's go until we hit 10,000. Because that will be just about 6 or 7 more times. If I'm doing my math correct. In fact, I'm probably not, but we'll see. More milled flour. There we go. We're doing good on both of those. Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that we absolutely need any advantage we can get, I wouldn't be doing this. But, as you've already seen, even some of the basic enemies are kind of beating me up. We're going to buy 10 of these while we're here, actually. And 8 of these. Don't worry, I'm not going to go up to 10,000 after buying those. Just kind of a total 10,000. So we'll do it 3 more times. So let's buy 15 more of these, and 15 more of these. No, I said 3 more times. So we need 9. Oh, it's 19 more. 19 more. 19 more. There we go. And then we should have enough. We could also technically be using these vegetable sandwiches for actual healing items, but the tier bombs heal us 200, those heal us 150. So, comes out we don't really need to worry about it. And we're just going to sell these here, and then go across the street to buy equipment. Elgar Arms. We're going to buy a kunai for Joshua, buy 2 leather vests, 2 spikes, and I'm trying to remember... They got rid of the... Here, I'll buy 1 of each of these. Because I know each of these prevents a different status condition. We'll look at that in a moment, after we equip everything on Joshua and get the armor and boots on Estelle. So silver earring prevents poison, black bangle prevents sleep, white bracelet prevents blind. So we'll give the black bangle to Estelle, and we'll give the silver earring and the white bracelet to Joshua. Because if Joshua gets poisoned, he's kind of attacking more often. He's faster. Top of this, what we mentioned earlier, getting Joshua's slot open, we can finally do that. And if we had enough quartz, we could get cast or blind, or impede, Impede is really good to have, but we don't have enough for it. Instead, we'll just get one more attack up. Ah, I keep pressing the wrong button as I try to go in and get to the menus. So there we go. Now both Joshua and Estelle have Firebolt. And we're going to save. One last thing to check. A lot of places, such as here, will sell the sit-down meals. Here, we were able to get wholesome pasta. What this does is it just heals HP. 180 for the entire party. And that can only be used outside of battle. So, let's go back to here. Ah, perfect. So, we're going to save before this. Chests like this one are actually monster chests. When they open, monsters appear. We might not be in a position to actually do this, thus we saved before. In fact, I absolutely know we're not. So, I am going to run. And we're actually just going to load our old save, because we lost a bit of health and EP there. We don't need to worry about that one yet. We want some area of effect attacks before we take that. Well, that was my own fault, but there you go. If the enemies walk into you from behind, they get a surprise attack. Obviously, I shouldn't have shown that off, because that's just me failing. But there you go. My failure is for your knowledge. Ah. Controller? Don't like you sometimes. Alright, so we got a knockout on that one. That makes fighting it easier. And our main focus today is going to be completing the Penzel Farm quest, as well as the other two quests that we got alongside it. And we'll see where we're at that point. I plan to go 3 hours. Because 3 hours gives us enough time to get a good ways in. Alright. I'm also going over to my guide and scrolling down just to make sure I'm not missing any chests. So, right now, there should be a couple of chests in the area. I wish the guide that I was using had a map. Oh, okay. Guide recommends that we get up to 200 CP on both characters. Let's go ahead and work on that. Because we have something coming up that will be incredible. Yeah. Let's just attack with Joshua. And it doesn't really matter what we do with Estelle, because Joshua's going to be able to knock this out next turn. This is the difference equipment makes. we were still operating on the most basic of basic equipment. I really did just put my turbo button in the wrong spot. I'll fix that for next time. Alright. We'll fight one more of these guys, because, as I stated earlier, we want water sepith. More just because not much else around here drops it. It's not that water is absolutely necessary for anything that we're going for right now. In fact, more what I want is wind or time. But wind, I believe, comes from these guys. And you can kind of see the problem there. Luckily, we bought plenty of healing items, but that's not good. We're just going to use a drill meatball. Of course, you decide to attack her. Ooh. Okay, a little bit cheap, but I'm just going to let it... Welcome, welcome. I've been failing a little bit, because nightmare mode. As you can see. But, just to recap for you, Scott, since you just arrived, I was actually showing off a early infinite money money trick you can do in the game, where there is a recipe that you can get from an early area, which actually sells for more than its ingredients cost. I will pull up the recipe menu here after this battle. Which, these guys kind of kick my ass, even after getting better equipment. So, in the recipe menu, we have vegetable sandwich, which costs us 5 milled flour, 1 flaky potato, 1 crisp onion. Yeah, I definitely do, but I also don't want to grind too much on screen, just because that's a little bit boring for everyone else. Oh, right. I don't have enough EP. Well, Joshua, you're going to take care of that, and we can just hope you survive. I also put my turbo button in kind of a weird position without meaning to, so it's slightly awkward to fast forward through things, despite wanting to fast forward through things when I'm doing repetitive battles like this. Ooh, I need 16 more on Estelle and 6 more on... Ah! Okay, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to flee. I'm going to go over here. Here. Talking, I can't do it. And, let's just heal. I know that's going to use the last of my EP, but we really can't afford to be preemptive striked against these guys. Yeah, we can afford 1 dual strike. No, I'm just gonna run. And we'll just use an item. The Insectos are just too powerful. I can't handle them. Whereas these lily movers are fairly easy to take down, even without magic at this point. Yeah, no, my problem is my turbo button is my right thumbstick. So it's kind of hard to transition between clicking that down and holding it down to turbo and pressing the buttons to do commands. That's my own fault, though. Yep, I just can't do that while in the game. Because that's set up outside of the game.
We're good to go.
Really? One experience? Fine. Well, I know there's 1 or 2 more chests in this area. There we go. There should be... Oh, yes. And just so you know, every chest has something. Did I read the other one? Just in case I didn't, let's zoom back down here. The chest is empty. Surprised? Oh, I did? Okay. Either way, I'm not against reading some of those twice, because I love the chest quotes. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Only one? Perfect. We can deal with this. It's a perfect chance for Estelle to gain some CP. Because we want them both up to 200 before we progress to the next area. The chest is empty. Shocked. Let's see. Wait a second. You good, you good. Alright, just so we gain that last little bit of CP. There we go. All we cared about there was the CP. So, items, Tear Balm. Let's just heal Estelle on up. Oh. Oh, we actually want to fight that as well. But we're looking for something special around here. I know it's around here. My guide says it, and I recall them being around here. Is it in the road? Looking for signpost. zone of Milch Main Road. Just follow the road and skip past all the mobs. I'm going to see if the other guide that's available also mentions this. Sorry guys, I will try not to be too long with this. Sky, shiny palm, shining palm. All right. So let's turbo mode and make sure that I'm in the right place. It says it's 3 from Relent, which I was, so it just didn't spawn that time. I will let you guys know what we're after once we see it. If the guide is correct... Ah, there we go. Shining Palm. Shining Palm are literally just your end-all be-all monsters. These are quick level up and quick 7th. We're going to attempt to do some damage to it. Oh well, we can't do any with Estelle, but... Then we're going to go over and S-break. And we'll S-break with... Oh, I should have done it in opposite order. Oh well. Then we'll S-break with Joshua and attack the same one. And this will give us a lot of experience and a lot of Sepith. Especially since we just got a Sepith up on that one. And then the other ones are just going to flee. One's enough. As you see, we got 100 experience off of each of... 100 experience for each, and 26 of all Sepith types. And that will always appear right here. So anytime we get up to 200 CP, we're going to come back here. For now, though, let's go back to the guide. Oh, okay. And we're going to go fight this big guy. The Milch Main Road monster. The pine plant. Very weak against fire. And we're just going to peg it since we have Sepith up. Ooh boy, that's not good. It's going to get a crit next turn if Estelle doesn't go next. Okay, we better hope. Hope and pray. Oh, thank God. Thank you. Thank you. We can work with this. Because had it attacked, it would have gotten a guaranteed crit. Instead, all it's going to do is do another Aqua Bleed on Joshua. And then we're just going to do a Dual Strike. Sure, we're not doing any damage, but we're still getting stuff from it. And that's what matters. Really? Really, game? That's some BS. Oh well. Let's just revive Joshua. Heal Joshua, since he's just trying to kill Joshua again. And Firebolt. Yeah, and Firebolt. Oh. You saw nothing.
We're good to go.
Joshua, get up. Okay. That works. Estelle, hit it with your stick. You fail. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Okay. Just as a warning to everyone watching, some enemies explode after they're killed. And if you die to them, it still counts as a game over. We're just not going to take any chances. We're going to use a maple cookie. Critical does also affect healing items and healing spells. So if you use a healing item or healing spell on a critical turn, you heal 50% more. As you might have seen when I just used the maple cookie on Estelle. Because it healed 120 rather than the 80. Well, it's going to heal 10% of its health. Great. Thanks, game. I love it. We're just going to play it safe, just in case it gets a instant attack again. And there we go. And this time, I wasn't stupid.
That's that then. Let's move out.
With that, we have completed both of the optional quests that we have. Find the Shiny Rock and Milch Road Monster. Both of them are fairly easy. The Pine Plant should have been easy, but, you know, I'm a little bit of an idiot. Beyond that, let's just do a couple more quick battles and get Estelle leveled up. Since Estelle has a critical turn, I wasn't too worried about that.
Good to go.
And we also have a healing area not too far from us. Ooh, you can't give me that on turn 1. Okay. Nice job, Joshua. Nice job. You're the man. Here I was believing in you. Oh well, we'll focus on just getting our CP up.
Alright, we're good to go.
And worst case scenario, as I said, there's a healing area not too far from us. But if we can find one more of the lily movers, perfect. That's just enough. Not really sure what that's all about. Okay. And there's a level up for both.
Good to go.
And you know what? Since we got to 100 CP, we might as well go over here and talk to Private Scott. Hey Scott, we're talking to you. Ever since airliner flights began, there haven't been very many travelers on the road. This is why guarding the checkpoint is so boring. The only one excited about the job is the chief. So, there isn't much to do at the Verte Bridge. At least not right now. But, it does have a healing station. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua too. And Joshua too. Hello, Mr. Ashton. It's been a while since we last met. Yes, it has. I've heard my boy Luke caused you a lot of trouble, did he? I'm absolutely ashamed as a father. I'm sure it's perfectly normal for a boy his age to be naughty like that. I mean, even I ran around outside of town when I was young. Yeah, and you're supposed to be a girl. You're certainly full of energy as usual. I wish I could get back to Roland more often. It hasn't been long since I took this post, and for the moment there's a lot to do. In the war 10 years ago, the checkpoints played an important role in dividing the Imperial Army. Although few travelers come through nowadays, we can't neglect our defenses. Yes, the attitude of my new recruits is less than desirable. But since I've taken the post, I'll need to whip them into shape at least once. Oh wait, it's not a healing station. I thought it was, because the other checkpoints all have one. Either way, we're going to see if we got a Shining Palm back on the road. It does appear so. Uh-oh, uh-oh. We're just going to flee from this guy. We're going to save, because it never hurts to do so. Oh, and we want a preemptive strike. Otherwise, we're not going to do much. Let's see. So, I'm going to attempt to make as much... Yeah, here we go. It's not going to amount to much. All we want is for one of our characters to get the 50% attack boost, rather than one of theirs. And then we'll just target that first one. It's not guaranteed to work, so if it doesn't... Yeah, we'll probably just... Yeah, we're just gonna reload.
Good to go.
That's fine. So we do need 200% for that. Annoying, but what can you do? For now, we'll go down to Penzel Farm. Or get surprise attacked by the Insectos. Very fun, very fun. Estelle, go ahead and heal yourself. Joshua, just keep slamming into that thing as hard as possible. Yeah, I can, but that requires me to put in a lot more effort. Actually, no, half the time it is literally just luck. Especially with the Shining Palm.
Let's move out.
Purcell Farm. This is the location of the first main quest that we do after Cassius Bright leaves. No matter or when we come here, this place is always so tranquil. It's hard to imagine monsters running amok here. I certainly don't sense anything out of the ordinary either. Anyway, let's go ask someone in here to fill us in on the details. I wonder if Tio is home today. So, we don't need to be in here, just kind of showing off. All sorts of little things. We got the little greenhouses here. Got the farms with the chickens that you can't actually talk to and they make noises. But what we're after is coming in here and talking to everyone. It's Joshua. Did you come to play with me? I wish I had the time, but I'm afraid today I'm here for work. Work? That's no fun if we can't play. Haha, maybe later if there's time. The kids here really like you, Joshua. Oh, Joshua, Estelle. Hi, Cher. How have you been? Do you know where your mom and dad are? They're not home right now. Tio's outside if you want to talk to her, though. So all we have to do, Tio's over here. So we go through this little area and talk to Tio. Hi, Tio. It's been a while, hasn't it? Estelle? And Joshua, too. Did you guys come for a visit? Not exactly. We're here on bracer business. We heard that you've been having some trouble with monsters. You finished all your training? That's wonderful news. Maybe you can help after all. So there are really monsters giving you trouble, huh? Regrettably, that's been the case the past several days now. Thanks to which, I'm suffering from a lack of sleep. Which means the monsters only come out at night. You're very perceptive, Joshua. It'd be better if you got all the details from my father, though. I imagine he should be back from delivering the milk and vegetables any time now. So now, we just go back up front and inside. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Purcell. How is everyone getting on these days? Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. What brings you to our neck of the woods? Did you come to see Tio? We were actually just chatting with her outside. To tell you the truth, we're here on an errand today from the Bracer Guild. So one part you missed, Scott, is before we came here, we got a referral letter saying that we're taking care of the job instead of Cassius. Don't you think this job is a little dangerous for just the two of you to handle? I agree. I'd feel terrible if one of you were to get hurt. Don't sweat it. We're bracers after all, and taking care of monsters is right up our alley. The guild has even authorized us to carry out this task. If you wouldn't mind leaving it to us, we'd be more than grateful. Well, all right then. Go ahead and have at it. Thank you very much, Mr. Purcell. I'm gonna make sure I scroll down on here because it is entirely possible that we have some problems coming up. Let's see. Okay, so there is a chance to get more bracer points in this mission, so we do have to be ready for that. I haven't been able to get a clear look at one yet. You'll get to see in a moment. Most missions will have some hidden objective or, well, not necessarily objective, hidden criteria to get extra bracer points at the end of it. It could just be choosing a certain dialogue option based on what would be logical, smart, or what matches the information you've been given. Sometimes it's handling certain tasks in a certain way. This one will fall more on the second option. But you'll get to see that. Sounds like a pretty strange bunch of creatures, if you ask me. Since they only appear under the cover of night, we'll have to wait for it to get dark. Then how about not taking a load off until then? I assume you'll be joining us for dinner? Alright. You said the magic word. You bet I will. I'm a huge fan of your cooking, Mrs. Purcell. I can't wait. You sure know how to please a woman who spends a lot of time toiling in the kitchen. And for that, I'll whip you up something special that'll live up to your expectations. So as context, Estelle and Joshua actually grew up with these people. Since they're the local farm, most of their crops go to Roland. And they were actually the students alongside Tio. Oh, that was delicious. Your mom's cooking is good as ever, Tio. Haha, that's because she gets excited whenever we have guests over. Guests for meals. I feel bad for Joshua, though, with the little ones jumping all over him like that. Haha, that's probably a good thing. Surprisingly enough, the kids tend to latch onto him a lot. If anything, I'm more blown away by the fact that children enjoy playing with such a stick in the mud. I think that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, don't you? He's definitely courteous and maybe a tad reserved, but if you get to know him, he's a really caring young man. The fact that he's not self-conscious about it, too, gives him points in my book. Really think so? Think about it. Those striking facial features, mysterious amber eyes, and lush black hair. It's only natural that he'd be a target for all the young girls. Is Joshua really that popular? Are you blind, Estelle? Rumor has it that more than just a few girls have asked to go out with him. I heard talking. There we go. I hear that he turned all of them down, though. I had no idea. Joshua never said a word about it. A word to me about it. I don't know how I should even begin to describe his secretive nature after hearing this. But how utterly cruel of him to not confide in me. If you were a boy, I imagine it would be a different story, but as a girl, I don't think that's something he would talk to you about. And the fact that you haven't fallen for him yourself is beyond me. Huh? Why would I? Still, you're in there, aren't you? It's about time to do our rounds. Alright, I'm coming. I'll be back after Joshua and I get the job done, Tio. I'd like to continue this conversation then, okay? Oh, alright. Be careful out there, Estelle. That girl. She's either completely out of touch with matters of the heart or just plain dense. Poor Joshua. He really has his work cut out for him. Seems so the monsters always show up about this time. We'd better get outside and take a look around. What's going on, Estelle? I've got to ask, Joshua. You don't happen to have any secrets you're not telling me about, do you? Come on now. Where are you coming up with this stuff? Since you came to live with us, we're always doing everything together, right? Even though we've had our fair share of fights, they're all good memories for me now, and what I mean to say is I've come to think of you as family in every sense of the word. Still, so if there's anything on your mind you'd like to talk about, I'm available to lend an ear. You know, about things like trouble with your love life and whatnot. What are you trying to say? Nothing. I just wanted to let you know that I'm here to listen to you if you need someone to talk to, that's all. Let's hurry up and get out there so we can kick some monster butt. What kind of nonsense is Tio putting in that girl's head? Secrets, huh? Alright, we're going to be saving as soon as we get control so we don't mess this up. Wow, it's really dark here in the countryside. So, Joshua, how do you think we should go about making the rounds? Let's see. How about we start by checking around the house first, then move on to the fields, stable, and greenhouses. We should be able to cover the entire farm by doing it this way. Alright, let's go. Saving. We will be doing that a lot. Like, a lot. So, nothing around the house. We'll go over to the stables. Cows sound good. Well, no monsters here. Alright, let's keep moving. Now we go over to the fields. It's awfully quiet. All I hear are the bugs chirping. It doesn't look as if they've shown up yet. I wonder if they're aware of our presence. Hey Joshua, did anyone ever tell you who that story as a kid? You know, the one about the babies born in the Cabbage Patch? Now there's a question that's entirely out of the blue. And no, I was told about an angel with silver wings who delivers them. Interesting. So the explanation for where babies come from differs depending on the region, huh? How about we get back to work? Oh, okay. Estelle. So wonderfully naive sometimes. I should have figured monsters wouldn't bother coming in here. The glow of the ornament sure gives this place a romantic ambience. Makes me feel like it was all worthwhile just setting foot in here. You are definitely a ditz, Estelle. At least it's better than being dense like someone I know. Yes. Alright. So now the monsters come in. So, what we need to do is not let it get away. So, one more little save, just to make sure. And we go around the field. Here we go. And we approach from behind. If we go from the front, it just runs away and we have to catch it again. You get the bonus points for approaching from behind the first time. So, it's something really simple, but if you mess up, it kind of lasts for a while. Because what can you do about that? You've already made the mistake. You have to reload a save. Crop Munchers is playing dead. Alright, so he's got Airstrike. We have a 50% boosted Firebolt. And we're just going to beat up these Crop Munchers. First, though, just so Estelle doesn't die to Airstrike, we're going to heal her up. No, we would have been absolutely fine. Actually, you know, let's just do a regular attack on the one right next to us. I just figure since we're building up CP anyway, we might as well just focus on that. Not using any crafts. Airstrike. 81 damage. Let's not take chances and heal up again. You know what? Joshua, clock up on Estelle. We're going to increase Estelle's speed. It's just too bad that we missed a strength up. And we're just doing a little fast forward there. Okay, so Estelle can't hit that one at the moment. Normally I wouldn't do this, but let's just get rid of one of these right now.
We're good to go.
Let's do a Soul Blur. Because Soul Blur has a possibility of knocking them out. So we need to be somewhat careful here. Okay. And by careful, I mean we're healing Estelle with our critical turn. Because she was about to die. Come on, don't do that, man. Okay, we should have the big one dead with that. Oh, and he fainted anyway. Perfect. Yeah, let's just be safe and not give him the 50% strength boost. Even if he was just going to crop munch, I didn't want to take the chance. Because that would have killed either of them. And there we go. We got a dirty carrot, a flaky potato. And we rounded up the crop munchers. My goodness. The work of a bracer is something else. You kids have done a fine job of rounding up these creatures. It was nothing really. I wanted to ask you though, now that we've caught them, what do you plan on doing with them? Now, either option is fine, so what do you think? If you're still watching Scott, which one do you think we should do? Again, it really doesn't matter, that's why I'm asking. Now that we've given these creatures a good thrashing, I don't think they'll cause any more trouble. Estelle, how's that going to benefit anyone if we show these creatures any mercy now? We're here to do a job by exterminating the monsters, remember? But, in any case, we're here to do a job in Dad's place. If the same thing happens again, what will you have to say for yourself? I see what you're getting at, but I know... You know, it was only some vegetables that were damaged, so what do you think about letting it slide this time? You know, after taking a beating like that, I'm sure they've learned their lesson. Tio, Miss Brazell. But in this case, I strongly suggest otherwise. I myself am against killing them too. Whether it's us or them, the fact of the matter is, we're all living beings trying to survive on the land. On the same land. To some degree, I think we need to be mindful of those creatures living around us as we go about our daily lives. I know you may disagree with me, Joshua, but would you mind sparing these critters just this once? Understood. Since this is coming from the ones who suffered the actual loss, I won't object to your request. Really sorry about this, Joshua. I know you had I know I had you two come all the way up here. I'll make sure to reinforce the fence and devise a way to prevent this from happening again. And that's that. Alright, you critters. You'd better count your blessings. If we catch you around here again, you won't be so lucky. Now scram! Well, I'll consider the matter closed. Tonight's been a long night, so how about we head back to the house and hit the sack? The two of you are more than welcome to spend the night. Sounds good to me. I appreciate your hospitality. Man, I'm beat. Really late, so how about we hit the sack? Joshua? What's wrong? I'm sorry. Made the situation really awkward for everyone. Huh? Are you talking about what happened back outside? Don't sweat it. I guarantee you no one thought anything of it. Really, your judgment was the most sound of anyone's. No, it wasn't. I'm just cold-hearted and indifferent. Is all. Even now, I still think we shouldn't have shown any mercy and simply put those creatures out of their misery. Unlike you and Tio, I don't feel any compassion. Times like this that I really begin to loathe myself. Almost as if there's something wrong with me as a person. Maybe some part of my heart is broken or something. Joshua! Don't you dare say things like that about yourself. Estelle? I've watched almost everything you've done for the past 5 years. I'm confident in saying that I know your strengths and weaknesses better than anyone else. Probably even more than you knew yourself. I won't allow you to disregard everything with just a bunch of nonsense. I don't ever want to hear you say you're broken again. I'm sorry. It was foolish of me to say that. As long as you understand what I said, that's what really matters. But you know what? Believe it or not, I was happy to hear you admit how you felt. Why? Your real problem, Joshua, is that you always try to keep your feelings locked up inside. Whenever you're troubled or worried, you just go around with this nonchalant look and try to fix everything by yourself. That's a little upsetting for someone who's supposed to be your family. Estelle, Joshua, you were able to lay bare your own weakness today. You learned to trust in someone other than yourself. And for that, I'm happy. I don't know what your point is, but I'm amazed that you can just stand there and say something as embarrassing as that. Ha! I've got a whole lot more where that came from. But how about we call it a night? After all this endless running around, I'm ready to drop. Alright then, have a good night, Estelle. And thanks. You're welcome, Joshua. Sleep tight. So with that, the issue at Purcell Farm is wrapped up. Thank you both. You did us all a great service. Once again, I apologize for things not turning out the way they should have. Please don't worry about it anymore. We were able to learn a lot from this experience ourselves. If there's anything else we can help you with in the future, please let the Bracer Guild know. That'll definitely be the first place we contact. Come again and visit sometime when you're free, okay? We'd love to have you over for the night again when things are convenient for you. I'll treat you to some of my best cooking next time you come. Thanks for the invitation, Tio and Miss Purcell. We'll definitely be back to take you up on that when our workload settles down. And there we go. Alright, how about we head back to the guild? After we report this, we can start on the next. Sounds like a plan. On to the next one. Before we do that, though, we have we have at least one of our party members at 200 CP. So let's get Joshua up there. And then we'll go and kill some Shining Palms. Or a Shining Palm. We'll see. Should only take this battle to get Joshua up. Oh, no. One more. Easy enough. Let's just find something to attack from behind. Joshua gets a hit in. I said Joshua gets a hit in. And then who cares? We can just run. Oh, Shining Palm! Did you spawn? Yes, you did. Let's save before we do this. That way, just in case it doesn't work at all. Which kind of looks likely with this layout. So we're going to run. We're actually running so we can reset the list on them. And I figure, so long as we get Estelle on the Sepith up, we should be fine. Ah! I messed up. Oh well. We still killed it. That's what matters.
We're good to go.
So for now, we're going to go back. I believe we have enough Sepith that we can actually unlock more slots for both party members. Let's find that out, though. Slot. Estelle. 50 of each or 30 of each. What does it take? Yeah. We want to do that because what we want to do let's get one of these, one of these, one of these, one of these. Obviously, no, we're not going to be able to use them all, but I like to be able to switch out as needed. Oh, actually, while I'm thinking about it, I can actually show off the memo. So we can actually go in here and look at every type of orbal art that is available in the game and see what they take. So we want a good area attack on Joshua, meaning we're probably going to want to go for Hellgate, which takes 4 time, 2 space, 1 mirage. Let's see if we have enough for that. Nope, not quite. Oh, we're only 1 off. That kind of hurts. Well, I know what we need to do. I really want to get that because we really need the extra oomph from having an area attack. And Joshua's just the easiest one to do that on. let's just grind up some CP. Well, nah, I'll do that off screen. We'll still fight this one, but I'll do all that off screen. I don't plan on gaining too many levels off screen though, so it's probably just going to be me gaining, fighting once or twice, trying to get Sepith up against the Shining Palm, and calling it good once I've hit... let's see. Yeah, we'll see what my level is once I finish up. But for now, let's report back in. Good morning. How did the job at the farm go? We hit a few bumps in the road, but let me give you a brief report of the details. So now, we actually get to turn it in. As you see, we gain 1 BP plus 2. And actually, we're going to talk to her again right after this to turn in the other 2 quests that we did. I see. So you ended up setting the monsters free because the Purcell family requested you to do so. I think it was premature on their part, but I won't pursue the matter any further. Is it okay to leave things at that? The mission of a bracer is to protect civilians and uphold justice. However, there are many ways we can protect those around us, and there are many forms of justice, as there are stars in the heavens. As a bracer, it is your job to be able to discern these things. Indeed, our work has very profound implications if you think about it in that way. That's because we aren't an organization that deals strictly with monster problems. We also intervene with disputes that rise between nations. To become a high-ranking bracer, one must have more combat strength, a well-honed mind, and flexible problem-solving skills are also required. Sharp mind and problem-solving ability, huh? Serious? The road to the big leagues sounds a lot steeper than I originally thought. Well, then your only choice is to devote yourself to working hard every day. And since you're both here, why don't I give you the details of your next job? Those are the words I've been waiting to hear. I'm ready for anything. So what you've got lined up... Okay, that's a typo on their part. I'm ready for anything. So, what have you got lined up for us this time? Another monster that needs a good whipping? Not this time. Your next job will entail the transportation of goods. And get this, your client is none other than Mayor Klaus himself. Really? A request from the mayor? Do you think it will be alright leaving such an important task to us? From what I've heard, it's a pretty simple job. In any case, I'd like you to speak to the mayor directly about the job details. And again, we're going to report the other 2 jobs. Find the shiny rock, which we gain 2 BP and 30 Mira. That was just a kid looking for his shiny rock. And the Milch Road monster, which we gain 3 BP and 600 Mira. And advance to the next rank, getting the information quartz. So, let's double check. I can't remember. Okay, so we might be able to get something out of that. Let's see. No, we cannot. We'll do EP cut, like I said earlier, and I'll change Estelle's to information. Because information's just a good one to have. Because we can actually see all of our enemies' stats in battle. We also have 4 new quests. We're going to be doing orbit replacement first. Because as you can see, each one has a term limit. Short, medium, long. Long usually means it's till the end of the chapter or till the next big event. Medium is usually the day. Short means you do it now. And that's not all we're doing. So let me go over here because I'm also looking at what we have going on. Okay, so we're going to start over here. Now we need to... Oh, we're not going to worry about it. Oh, yeah, that's because we're still new at this, so we've worked extra hard. My bad. I didn't realize that this was back and forth dialogue. That's encouraging to hear. You guys actually came at a good time. I've got an urgent job that needs to be taken care of. Do you think you would be up to the task of replacing an orbit light in the road? No, in a road lamp along the Milch Road? We're going to accept that. You just leave it to us. If you're fine with us doing the job, then we'll gladly accept. Thanks, I really appreciate this. I completely forgot it needed to be replaced today. First off, I need you to give... Talking, can't do it. First off, I'll need to give you the replacement part. Received orbit light. This is a replacement orbit? That's right. I want you to replace the orbit light in road lamp number 6 on Milch Road to the west. It's the 6th road lamp you come across, counting from Rolet's west entrance. Make sure to get the right one. I think I've got it. 6th road lamp for Rolet and its west entrance. Once you've found the road lamp, you'll need to open the maintenance panel. You'll need a 6-digit combination to open it. Are you serious? Yep, the combination for the 6th road lamp is 544818. Remember that, because we're going to need to do that. I'm sorry, but could you repeat that again? It's 544818. That's right. Good memory, Joshua. Show off. After the combination is entered, the panel will open, and after that, all that's left is to replace the orbit. It may seem like a simple task, but make sure not to mess it up. The road lamp may have been out of order for a while now. You see, the light of the orbits keep large monsters away, right? It's not much more than an unconscious dislike for them. But if they do go out, then we run into real problems. Which is why I'm asking you to do this job, just in case. These road lamps are placed just off the road in areas where monsters are most likely to appear. Well, you leave those monsters to me and I'll take care of them. But I'd better write down that combination before I forget. Then maybe you should let me deal with the combination instead. I'll leave it up to you to divide the work amongst yourselves. That should be everything you need to know, so good luck. If you need to double check or cancel the job, then come talk to me again. Don't worry, we don't need to do that. So now, we gotta find the road lamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The number 6 should be right here. 544818. From what Freddy said, I think this is the road lamp. I'm fairly certain this is the right one too. It says road lamp number 6 on the panel as well. You're right, it does. Alrighty then, let's get to work and finish this job. Unfortunately, it may not be that easy. What do you mean? Where'd all these monsters come from? Looks like the orbit really has burned out. Anyway, one of us will need to fend off these monsters while the other replaces the orbit. Yeah, you're right. Well then, how about you handle them, Joshua? This is what we need to do for extra bracer points. You really know how to replace one of these things? Those things? Come on, Joshua. How hard could it be? Even I can do something as simple as replace an ornament. Says the girl who glued her hand to her... Oh god. Head once. But alright, if you say so. I'm counting on you, Estelle. Got it. The real difference that comes from this, of course, is which party member you use in battle. Luckily, with the equipment that we've upgraded, Joshua's in a pretty good place to handle these guys. His defense is pretty solid. However, even he's not quite able to take 3 of those at half health. Okay, we have an issue. There we go. Okay. We can work with that. And if it starts charging up again, then all we got to do is heal up. But we're good.
All right, we're good to go.
That takes care of the first wave. How's it coming, Estelle? I'm entering the combination for the maintenance panel right now. I'm pretty sure the code was 544818. It's open. Sometimes I'm too smart for my own good. I'm okay here, Estelle. Just focus on fixing the lamp. Got it. Now for the ornament, which goes in like that, and voila! Perfect! Good work, Estelle. All the monsters seem to have gone too. Whew! I got all stressed out. Oh, just put over this job. Considering the circumstances, it seems pretty reasonable to me. But the thing that surprises me the most is you remembered the combination. Do you want to know the truth? I actually just saw a jumble of numbers in my head, and the buttons I happened to press were the right ones. I should have figured as much. Here's something else. Anyway, the job is done here, so... Well, let's just think about something else. I guess you're right. Alright, how about we head back to town? We'd better go report to Freddy. Alright, let's go. And now we're going to go this way. Because we're not done yet. As I mentioned earlier, this is not the... Oh boy. That could have been worse. Do dislike that though, because it took some of our EP. The few times they actually attack, Shining Palm have an EP drain on them. We're going to go into here. And before we talk to Ashton again, we're going to save. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua too. Did you come here after seeing the bulletin board at the guild? I've actually been thinking recently about doing a simulated battle to whip the men into shape. So I put in a request at the guild for a few good men or women to play the part of enemy soldiers. I think the pair of you would be the perfect fit for the job, so how about it? Can you do this for me? Accept. So, this one also has extra bracer points we can get for winning the battle without either Estelle or Joshua falling, which is why we came in with full health and why we saved beforehand. Oh, wait. They're going to heal us up. Alright, training begins now. Everyone, advance 5 steps forward. Ready yourselves? I know I was bored before, but... I know it's just training and all, but it scares the living daylights out of me. This is a training exercise, so please refrain from speaking. You all need to take this seriously, as if it were a real battle. Estelle and Joshua, you don't need to hold back on my men. That was my intention from the beginning. We'll do as you request. Thanks! Forward! Oh, right. They inflict blind. So depending on how this goes, if we lose, I'm just going to load the save, obviously, and just back up and retry it later, after a bit of grind. I'm not against grinding if I absolutely need to, after all. And that's kind of what happens in Nightmare Mode. Hey, there we go. We're just going to make sure Joshua always stays at full health and keep grinding them down with Soul Blur. So, like I said, Joshua has to stay at full health because, honestly, he's more likely to be their target. More just because he's close up. We'll go for the guy that just attacked Estelle. Ooh, I was really hoping that would kill him. Oh. Ooh. No. No. We're just going to use a tear ball. Because had I done that wrong, that just would have been bad. And let's use the drilling meatball with a critical. And we're going to take that one down. We should be able to beat this without anyone falling. The only problem is going to be Estelle getting blinded, but at this point, it's not even going to be a challenge. Oh, right. That was the reason I was not physical attacking anymore, is we weren't dealing enough damage. Still only has enough for one more of those. We're just going to do move, just to cheat the system a little bit. And you know what? We're going to do an Aqua Bleed. I'm going to knock him out right now. There we go. First try. And we might have enough for blind. Cease fighting. The training is over. Ow, 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 ow. Oh my goodness, it's finally over. Good job, everyone. Can I say pathetic? Are you guys really supposed to be soldiers? Hey, you be quiet. Yeah, you tell them, Scott. You tell them. We're not all feral kids like you. But you try to say that one more time. Knock it off, Scott. Training is over. You seriously need to cool down too, Estelle. I hate sore losers. Private Scott? Private Harold? I think what Estelle just said a moment ago is how the citizens of this region really feel. Do you really have what it takes to protect them? It seems as though the both of you are going to need to take another look in the mirror. Yes, sir. Very good. Do not forget what you learned today and strive to fulfill your duties. Estelle and Joshua, thanks for your hard work today. Thanks to you, I think my soldiers have gotten the wake-up call they needed. There's no need to thank us. It's us who should be thanking you. This was excellent training. I agree. This was a good learning experience. Blah. Tripping over my words. Constantly. Let's see. Okay. Talk to you later. Though our positions may be different, we are both here to serve the public. Although I can't do much else, I'll pray for the success of both of you. I'll pray for success for the both of you. Sure, and thanks again. Take care of yourself. I will. And I hope to be seeing you again sometime. Well, let's see. I am probably going to call it once we turn in these quests, just for the sake of grinding off screen later. And we'll do the rest of the quests that we got in this segment after. Since all three of these quests are going to take us to new areas. From the look on your face, it seems like you finished the job. Yep, and we did a fine job too. Although we did have a few hang-ups. We thought we'd report to you as a matter of good measure. So it really was burned out, huh? I'm sure it happened because we were late replacing it. Sorry, kids. You were put into harm's way because of me. There's no need to apologize. It comes with the territory. Dealing with dangerous jobs is part of a bracer's work. I appreciate you saying that. Oh, I know. How about I give you this to make amends? Received Impede 2. This is a quartz? Yep, it's an Impede 2 quartz. It can prevent enemy arts. It can be pretty useful if you use it effectively. Thanks! We appreciate it. No, thank you both for... thank you to the both of you today. If you need to discuss anything about orbments, then stop by anytime. Don't forget to swing by if you have any other business needs. Well, while we're right here, let's look at Impede. Because we're putting that... Ooh, normally I put that on Joshua, but I think we're going to put that on Estelle. We're going to modify and trade. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to open up another slot on Estelle, just so we can have everything we want. But I'll do that off screen. For now, quartz, 16 away. We really need blind. Alright, let's go turn these in. Report. Orbment replacement. We got +1 for having Estelle do it, and getting the code right. And then soldier training. We got +2 for beating them without either Estelle or Joshua going down. Good work. It seems like you completed your objective without any trouble. If you finish any other jobs, please come back and report. So the next ones we're going to do are medical necessities and mushroom hunt. And then we'll do the request for the mayor after those. Mushroom hunt is going to be the bigger of the two, but we can usually get one or two big quests done. Anyway, this has been Gen Nakazora, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a good night.